My pool is finished with the terrace around it, the retaining wall, flower beds, the platform for the chaise lounges. It's about 120 centimeters deep throughout with the steps at the end. And of course all this patio area here we built up from retaining walls. Little seating area right next to the house overlooking the pool. And for those of you who are interested, I ended up, even with a week of machine time to break the side up with a jackhammer, have about 200,000 pesos in it. And now following this, if you want to see the progress and see what I started with, just continue watching the video, and at least for 1 minute, and you'll see what this looked like before we got started 3 months ago. I've got a finished product now. Pretty happy. This is where the swimming pool will be, and a nice big patio deck area all around it. So here we are on day one of excavation for the swimming pool. We can do this at the same time the guys are building a house. So we got a slope here, and we're going to cut into the side of it and make the swimming pool. Day one. Day two of the swimming pool excavation. Day three of the swimming pool excavation. We've got it down to the patio level. And that area inside the white line is the pool, which drops down to 1 meter at the shallow end, 1.25 meters in the middle, and 1.5 meters at the end. The problem is, in digging this out, we've suddenly hit some boulders down there that are immovable. So we've got to break them up so we can take out some more dirt. Have the hole dug out by the jackhammer. The men are preparing the foundation for the swimming pool. They're pouring the beam now that the blocks will sit on. That beam sits on top of the foundation that you can see at the bottom, and all of that hole will now be filled in with solid material. Now that we have the exact location and depth of the pool foundation established, we're building some retaining walls here to level this area around here. This will be level. So here pretty soon we'll extend the wall on across here and level this all out with rocks and plants and stone pavers. Continue to make progress on the patio and the retaining wall around the pool. I think the guys are going to start today on setting the blocks for the pool. The pool has got steel rebar sunk into the foundation, and then as they put each block in, they lift it up and put the block over the rebar, so the rebar is coming up. Now they're filling in the cavities on the blocks. And then basically when they're finished, all four walls of the pool will be solid concrete that's all steel reinforced. On Saturday they poured a beam of concrete. They're halfway up with the pool, and so they poured a beam of concrete and filled in all the blocks, and then plus a solid beam, and that ties all the steel rebar together that's sticking up. Now they're continuing on with 3 more rows of blocks. That'll be as high as it goes. Even though this outer wall of the pool will be below ground, you won't see it, we still have to put a coat of 2 coats of mortar on it to sort of seal it. The inside of the blocks have concrete, as I've mentioned, and now then we're sealing the outside with mortar, and then we'll put a waterproofing on the outside of this to try and contain the leakage of the pool. more than likely it'll still leak some. And that's not a problem since I have free electricity and free water. I can add water every day. And after we have 2 coats of plaster on the wall and a chance to dry, then we'll fill these. We've had to leave this little canyon, this gap here next to the wall so that we can get in and mortar it. That's what they're doing, is taking the rocks out that have slipped down. After the walls are mortared and all finished, then we'll take these big rocks here and put down in the bottom, and then smaller rocks on top, smaller rocks, and then we'll cover it all with sand so the sand can settle through the rocks and be solid. And then all of this will be leveled and eventually look like this. Built some back steps here because that's the back door to the solar room. So it'd be nice to have some steps closer. I didn't have to walk down to the front of the patio. Carrying the cement up here a half a bucket at a time. I suppose they're going to be pouring this concrete for about another hour or hour and a half. They're pouring the top of the swimming pool now. This is the platform that we're building the foundation for. It'll be elevated for 2 chaise lounges, and then the steps will come right down here to the pool area. The forms are moved from the edge of the pool. Now we're filling the bottom with rock, and then we'll cover that with mortar to seal it. The bottom of the pool will be where the piece of tape is, over there on the side. And this is the platform that will be leveled off here to have 2 chaise lounges that sit in the water. Marco here is a young man and strong. He's able to carry 2 buckets of the concrete at one time. The older guys are carrying 1. By the way, this is not the bottom of the pool that they're doing right now. This is just leveling the base of the pool that they filled in with rocks. And then the foundation of the pool, which will be about 10 centimeters thick, will go on top of this and be nice and level and go down to the drain.
Iya bos lu kayak.
We finished the last step this morning, and now we're putting the next to last coat of mortar on the inside of the pool. Tomorrow we'll put a second coat of mortar on it. Which, according to my calculations, should fill the swimming pool up in about 5 hours. And I'm hoping that the pool will leak water every day, perhaps 20 centimeters a day, which means that every 6 days I would be refilling the pool with fresh new water. This is putting on the stained grout in between the tiles. It's stained to be a dark cobalt blue like the tiles instead of white. Well, we're getting closer and closer to being finished. I keep saying a few more days, but now maybe truly another couple of days. We're putting the last of the tile on the edge of the pool and filling in with the fine gravel around the perimeter. Got to touch up the paint a little bit in the bottom of the pool. Today is Tuesday, and so possibly this weekend I can go swimming. Have to let the paint dry for a couple of days after I touch it up.